Hi, my name is Cliff. If you haven't seen my other videos before, they were my affirmation of the return of Jesus Christ. I got a message from the Holy Spirit almost a couple of years ago. And he did basically say, look, my son, look, my son. And what he didn't really say, "Ooh, I'm coming," because he knew that I would just not even believe. Basically, the Lord showed me to look at some material that was on my computer. I'm not going to go over that right now, but I would like to say that the Lord did show me that basically Satan controls this world, and how his pride has left the information available to everybody that wants to or needs to understand that he is the ruler. Okay, there are many documents and witnesses and videos that prove that Satan is a controller. Okay, Jesus is at the right hand of God, preparing a house for his Christians and his saints. And the fact that not everybody's a Christian is the fact that the ruler of this world didn't want it that way. He's the ruler of the world, and he controls what you see or don't see, hear or don't hear, and has changed the hearts of and minds of man. When you came here, you were from God. You came here from God. And if you can't understand that, then you don't really belong to God. If you cannot hear him talking to you like I'm talking to you right now, this is one of your messages. Knock, knock, knock. Son and daughters, I'm talking to you. Listen to this guy. He speaks the truth. And then really you are not. You are not connected to the Lord. It says in the book, Jesus says, then if you do not know me, and you do not know that I am of the Father, then you are not from the Father. You're from of the earth, in other words. I'm not going to say that's the exact wording of the Bible, but you should all get a Bible, okay? A Holy Bible, King James Version, and read and learn about the Lord. Okay, I'm going to give you a little taste of what Satan has shown me. Okay, there's some video material. It's quite disturbing, but these are the people that are in control of the world. Okay, they follow Satan. Okay, they follow his instruction. Okay, we have instruction from Jesus, and we were to follow his instruction. And if you notice, Satan's instruction goes everything against the Lord. Okay, everything against the Lord. So why are they so opposite? Because there's the dark and there's the light. You that are going to God's kingdom must come back to the light. Watch some of these videos.
Next, we turn to the town of Elberton, Georgia, the granite capital of the world. Elberton is famous for its production of tombstones, exporting some 250,000 tombstones every year. Oddly enough, the town that makes a living through death is also the home of what some consider the most threatening monument in America, a monument that some believe is a symbol for the coming Holocaust, promoting a depopulation effort at a massive scale.
It was back in 1979 when a stranger came to Elberton, Georgia. Now, Elberton, Georgia is on the eastern part of Georgia, very close to the South Carolina border. And this stranger said that he was part of a secret group, and they wanted to build a great granite monument.
This was done by a guy who gave a pseudonym, came in, paid cash, had this company set these things up in 1980. Called himself R.C. Christian, but that's not his real name. It says it right on the stones, a pseudonym.
Nobody knows who put the money up other than this fictional individual. Nobody knows what secret group he represents. Of course, Elberton mines granite. They make tombstones there. And they had the facilities to mine the granite. But he gave very, very specific directions as to how this was to be built, so that it would always be aligned in certain ways, so you'd always be able to see the North Star, so it would be aligned with the moon and with the various phases of the sun. And very, very similar to the Stonehenge that they have in England. So the Stonehenge was a Druidic monument. This was to be the American Stonehenge, or it's known as the Georgia Guidestones. And on each one of the Guidestones is this message in a different language, actually 8 different languages, are the 10 commandments that come from the dark side. And the first one is maintain the world population at 500 million in constant balance with nature, which doesn't sound too bad until you realize that we've got over 6 billion people in the world. And if we're going to maintain the world population at 500 million in constant balance with nature, we're going to have to kill off about 90% or more of the world's population.
Yeah, I know. That must have blew your mind away. Okay. Well, you understand that I said the ruler of this world is Satan, and his pride is the thing that allows people, naive people like myself, to witness this kind of material. He puts his stamp on all the things that he does. For instance, 9/11, he put a stamp on it as well. I'm not going to go through 9/11. I just wanted to let you know that whatever happened at 9/11 was part of his plan. These people that are controlling our world, like I said, are ruled by Satan. He controls all aspects of our lives: entertainment, education, media, sports, and all kinds of cultures, religion. But he's not a part of the Christian church. The Christian church is of God. I'm not saying that he doesn't intersect in the Christian church, because he wants everything. If any way he can get inside, he will work his way inside. I want you to watch this next video. This next video is with Chip Tatum, a former CIA agent, and Ted Gunderson, a former FBI agent. Actually, he was the head of the FBI division. So watch this and you come up with your own conclusions.
Would you say a little bit about yourself and how you've contributed to this seminar tonight?
For over 20 years, I was a government spy working for the Defense Intelligence Agency, the Central Intelligence Agency, and the United States military intelligence entities in various capacities throughout the world in varying positions. In the primary years, I worked in the Southeast Asia environment. In the mid-70s, I moved into Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, Romania. In the early 80s, I went into what people know as the black helicopters flying around in military operations in Task Force 160, based out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky, under the control of the National Security Council. From there, I went into Honduras and Nicaragua as a special operations CIA pilot flying for Ollie North. and the National Security Council bringing drugs seeing the drugs were brought into the United States. We simply brought the drugs out of the Contra camps into designated areas in Honduras. They were then transferred into military and civilian aircraft and brought into the United States, dispersed to our children around the United States. What I have to say may be highly contested and should be highly contested about those in power, because what I have to say about them is not a compliment.
Did George Bush have knowledge about the drug operation coming out of Central America and South America?
Yes.
Explain.
Well, he was in one of the camps.
Yeah, but did he know about it?
He was standing at a press.
George was also, in addition to Ollie.
George Bush was standing right at a cocaine press.
And did he have a picture of that?
In a place called Roos Roos. I have a picture of something.
Okay, we won't go into that.
I believe I was paid for 22 years to work for the American people. I believe that you have the right, as Americans in this country, as taxpayers, to know what happened. What you do with this information is completely up to you. How you deal with it is completely up to you. Whether you believe me is completely up to you. But I will tell you this, what you do with it will have an effect on you the rest of your life. If you choose to ignore what I have to say, in time to come, you'll see that probably you should not have completely ignored what I had to say. That's just my own opinion. But it's an opinion of an intelligence officer who's been out there, who's been battling in the field for the right for you to call me a liar. I think this is a wonderful country when it's a country that you have the right to your own opinion. There aren't many countries out there where you can have the right to your own opinion. And I think that we need to continue to protect our rights to have that opinion. I can see that everything we were doing from 1986 in the OSGs until I left in 1992, 1992, were designed to align countries into a one-world government. There's no doubt in my mind that that's what we were doing. Well, in working for the people I work for, I only see two classes. I see the leaders who are the elite, and I say the leaders who are the elite because of the people that we work for. We work for the Rothschilds, the Roosevelts, the superpowers in money around the world. There was never any question of finances on anything that we did. If I needed $250,000 for a mission, I had a signature line of credit. I walked into a bank in New York, I signed my signature, pulled out $250,000 cash, walked away, and that money was replaced the following week. It was that easy for me. So in answer, I hope that I've answered that in saying there's two groups. There's the citizens and there's the elite. And that's all there are. Those around the world that think that there's going to be an upper class or that there's going to be comfort like there was, there won't be. Myself, I see even maybe a third class, but that third class won't be considered citizenry on the New World Order. It'll be considered enemies of the New World Order who are possibly living in state of an underground. I think in summing up what I'd like to say to all of you who listen to this video and in the media, I'd like to ask one question. Is anybody there?